It is game day on the Real Kipper and Bourne Show. We are live on Sportsnet 590, The Fan, Sportsnet 360, and Sportsnet Plus. Nick Kiprios, the very dapper Justin Bourne, Sammy McKee, Derek Brandeo, and Jake the Snake Schultz with you for the next 2 hours. In about 30 minutes, we'll welcome in Marty Turco. We haven't had him on for a while.
Sammy's on mute.
Oh, no, I'm good.
There he is.
I'm back.
Special assistant to the president of the Dallas Stars, Steve Alliquette, for our Tuesday edition,
Yes.
National Hour. We always have fun with him. And in the meantime, JB will get ready as you are all ready for what, 6:30 live on Sportsnet?
Yeah.
What do you got going?
We got the Hockey Central pregame show because there's 5 Canadian teams in action tonight, maybe 6. And and then I'm doing intermissions later in the night.
Oh, okay. You're not going to come to our show tomorrow tired, are you?
But do I exist any other way? It's just middle-aged life with kids. I exist.
Just look good.
Just
That's
be happy
all.
I'm here, all
Just look good.
It'd be weird if we all weren't tired.
Came in fresh, I had a great sleep.
Yeah, that would be the
Been
weird
eating vegetables and exercise.
All right, boys. The Dallas Stars make their only visit here in Toronto to take on, shall we dare say it, because it's written in my Sammy program, the slumping Toronto Maple Leafs. Sammy.
2 losses to 2 good teams. And
they come off 5 wins in a row.
Jeez.
They lose 2, and they're slumping.
Yes. I think the temperature around the Leafs right now would say they're slumping. They're trying. I don't know if you've noticed the lines for tonight, but I think they're trying Steven Lorentz on the top line tonight.
Usually not the sign of a red hot team.
If you're not slumping, you don't usually put your 4th line winger on the first line.
No way.
I don't mind it at all. Listen. He
I don't either.
He
Hey,
comes
don't
from
get me
my
wrong.
world, man. 4th line slugs, go out there, try to get noticed, try to get bumped up to the 3rd line. Man, this guy skipped the 3rd line. He skipped the 2nd. He just went to the 1st.
He might be the Leafs' most consistent player this year, not named Chris Tanev. Like every game, you could count on what he's going to do. He's going to forecheck hard. He's going to finish his check. He's going to be in the right spots. He's going to get off the rink with a smile. That's going to be his every day.
I would like to clarify my comments by saying I'm a fan of trying it,
Right.
but you don't usually do that when you're red hot.
No.
So there you
Of
go.
course.
There you go.
And
We have the coach on it.
regardless, where it is, it's going to be a period, 3 periods, 2 games, but whatever it is, it's got a shelf life.
It does. The only thing with that role, which, yes, Matthews has typically been good with someone there who forechecks hard and gets in on pucks first. I think that's like the most important attribute. But you need someone who, when they get the opportunities, because Mitch hits you back door, you're able to put it away. I know Lorentz has some offensive touch.
Oh, yeah. He can shoot a puck, too.
Yeah. So, there's a chance. There's a chance that it could work for him. But you just need to be able to make plays with these guys when it comes time to make a play.
All right, let's go to Craig Berube for our first Kippers Clipper on Lorentz on the top line.
He just brings energy to that line, I think, more than anything. Size, compete. Pretty simple game, obviously, but he's going to be at the net. He's going to forecheck for him, and he's going to get in there and create loose pucks and things like that. So just to add a little energy to that line.
They were low energy, I would say, on Saturday night. So looking for an infusion of life.
This is the rotation of Matthews and Marner together, where they first put them together. It's fantastic. It's spectacular. They're red hot. They cannot be stopped. It's the best line in the league.
Reunited.
What's going on up there today? Anyways, so you reunite them. They come together, and then it starts to go downhill a little bit. They start trying new guys in the left wing. They put a 4th line winger up there. They try to do things, and then they get split up, and then they go back and they start again at the start. It's a rotation. Yeah. They do it. It's the same thing every year. It really is.
That left side kind of remains tricky for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
It does. It does remain crazy. And I just need to say this, that of having the core 4 guys, no coach wants to put 3 on a line for an extended time or 1 on 3 lines for an extended time. It is always 2 pairs. It's like, what about Willie and Austin? No? What about Mitch and Austin? What about Willie and Austin? You know, and it's like not just the same. They're great. I understand it's probably going to end up being the way it is, so it's fine, but no one wants to see it different, not for a minute.
Yeah. I really thought it would be different for extended periods of time this year.
I did too. I thought a new coach would be like, guys, how do you not try Willie here for 10 games?
Yeah. And they just really haven't gone to it. So
Did we got Lorenz part 2?
yeah, let's play that.
Second clip?
Yep.
Keep it simple. That's what I say to him. He doesn't need to change his game. You know, he just needs to do what he does. And, you know, Matthews and Marner, they'll do what they do. You know, I don't think he needs to try to force pucks and trying to find them and things like that. You know, just keep playing your game and do your thing. It's just, you know, sometimes when you put a worker with two skilled players like that, you know, just a guy that's going to, you know, meat and potatoes guy, go to the net, hound pucks, create loose pucks battles for these guys. You know, sometimes they need that.
Okay, sounds way easier than that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Easier said than done.
Yeah, it's easier said than done. And like
You have some experience with
I've
this.
had some experience
Tell us
with
what it's
this
like going
when you
into a
go
game being
from,
like, you're playing with mess today or
Rob,
whatever.
and I did.
Yeah.
Keenan once in a blue moon, and this happened to me in Quebec. I'm up and I'm playing the right side with Messier and Graves.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Or
my God, what a thrill.
I'm in Washington,
Just
and
leave your stick on the bench and go out there?
me and Alan May wanted to play with Dale Hunter so badly.
Yeah.
So badly, right? Because we had like Rob Murray and a few other slugs just like us. But Dale Hunter had this reputation for being this like heavy, gritty guy, but could make plays and score 60 points. And you cannot just go from the fourth line and think you've got this mindset of dump and chase and hit and dump and chase and hit and dump and chase and hit to Marner and Matthews and dump and chase and hit, which you could do on the first line. But then on the second one, when you've now maybe for the first time all season actually find yourself beside Austin Matthews on the bench, right? Because you never really do.
Right.
Because it's not your line.
Yeah.
And he looks and goes, hey, listen,
don't ever do that again.
I was open there. I don't know if you saw me, but
we had the puck.
just slide it over. And you're like,
Uh-oh.
but he told me not to change anything. And it's like, buddy, I don't care what he said.
No.
Get me the puck.
Yeah.
Alex Kovalev, the same thing. I played with him one game. He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm coming in to support you. He goes, no, you go the other way. Go the other way.
What do you mean?
Because he didn't want me to draw.
Oh,
he
yeah,
didn't want
you
me to
brought
draw in
defenders to him.
attention,
Yeah.
bring more bodies in. He's like, skate away from the play. I'm
You're
like, well,
oh,
this
that only goes against everything I've ever done.
This is new to me,
Yeah.
right?
Well,
but that's what's going to happen to Lorenz. He's going to have some conversations with Matthews and Marner, and it's not going to be like having one with Revo and David Kampf.
This is what's funny because people talk about Sidney Crosby, and they're like, oh, it's hard to play with a skill guy. And then you get certain players who go, no, it isn't. They're great. And certain guys go, no, it's different. And I think that's why sometimes strange players end up clicking. Like Chris Kunitz was the best guy for Sid because he
Pascal Dupuis and him had excellent chemistry.
But
because he probably did the simple things, but could make a play when he needed to and had a good sense for that balance.
But it didn't go from just starting to play for the first time to magic. There's a process. There's conversations. There's
things have to go wrong to figure out what to do right.
Learning about your tendencies, what you like, what you don't like. And they had, Kunitz and Crosby had magic enough that they put them together on
2014, Sochi.
2014.
And Kunitz scored the third goal in the gold medal game, went bar down over the shoulder of Henrik Lundqvist. Anyways, continues.
I don't think there's time for Steve Lorenz to get on a Four Nations roster between tonight's start.
See. Hey, if Austin wants it, well, I guess Mitch wants it.
But there's maybe plenty of time for them to have multiple conversations on, hey, let's try this next shift. Let's do that. Or look for this. Or, come and support me more. Or whatever the case is, Matthews and Marner will have a bigger influence on what Craig Berube just told us moments ago.
Do you think they would?
Chris Versteeg and Francois Beauchemin to Los Angeles Kings. Possible deal with Toronto Maple Leafs. In an interesting twist in the NHL trade market, new rumors are emerging about Chris Versteeg and Francois Beauchemin potentially being traded to the Los Angeles Kings. Sources indicate that the Kings, who have been one of the most active teams in recent weeks, are evaluating the possibility of bolstering their defense with Beauchemin, while Versteeg, who brings strong offensive capabilities, could be a key piece in a larger trade. This move becomes even more intriguing considering the Kings' surplus of offensive pieces available for trade, exactly what the Toronto Maple Leafs are looking for to strengthen their roster. It's speculated that with Versteeg included in the deal, the Leafs could be targeting a possible addition like Wayne Simmonds, along with a mid-range draft pick. This move makes sense given Simmonds' struggles this season, as he has yet to find his top form on the ice. To add more drama to the trade talk, there are even whispers that veteran defenseman Tomas Kaberle could be included, opening the door for a potential pursuit of Brayden Schenn. If completed, this move could have a significant impact on reshaping the Leafs lines and adding more depth to the team. Stay tuned for updates to see if these trades come to fruition and how they might shape the future of Toronto and Los Angeles this season. In an interesting twist in the NHL trade market, new rumors are emerging about Chris Versteeg and Francois Beauchemin potentially being traded to the Los Angeles Kings. Sources indicate that the Kings, who have been one of the most active teams in recent weeks, are evaluating the possibility of bolstering their defense with Beauchemin, while Versteeg, who brings strong offensive capabilities, could be a key piece in a larger trade. This move becomes even more intriguing considering the Kings' surplus of offensive pieces available for trade, exactly what the Toronto Maple Leafs are looking for to strengthen their roster. It's speculated that with Versteeg included in the deal, the Leafs could be targeting a possible addition like Wayne Simmonds, along with a mid-range draft pick. This move makes sense given Simmonds' struggles this season, as he has yet to find his top form on the ice. To add more drama to the trade talk, there are even whispers that veteran defenseman Tomas Kaberle could be included, opening the door for a potential pursuit of Brayden Schenn. If completed, this move could have a significant impact on reshaping the Leafs lines and adding more depth to the team. The Kings' situation is complex, as they are in the midst of a transitional period. Their aging roster, which includes a core group that led them to several successful playoff campaigns in the past, has seen some struggles in recent seasons. While there's a clear need for defensive help, Los Angeles may also want to improve their offensive consistency in order to make a deep playoff push. The combination of Beauchemin's defensive reliability and Versteeg's offensive upside could help the Kings balance their lineup. From the Leafs' perspective, this potential deal is about retooling for the future. The team is in a position to compete, but they also need to solidify certain areas on the ice. Adding a player like Wayne Simmonds could provide the grit and scoring touch that the team has been missing. Furthermore, acquiring a mid-range draft pick could help with future team-building efforts, as Toronto looks to remain competitive while still developing young talent. The inclusion of Kaberle in the trade package could be a strategic move for both teams. The veteran defenseman, who has been with the Leafs for a long time, has seen his role diminished in recent seasons. However, his experience and offensive abilities could be a valuable asset for Los Angeles, who could use a steady presence on the blue line to help their younger players develop. The talk surrounding Brayden Schenn's potential involvement in the deal adds an intriguing layer to the negotiations. Schenn, a versatile forward, has shown flashes of brilliance but has been inconsistent at times. If the Leafs are able to land him, it could be a great opportunity for both the player and the team to find success together. Schenn's physicality, two-way game, and leadership could be exactly what the Leafs need to bolster their forward group. While the trade market can be volatile and unpredictable, these rumors suggest that both the Kings and Leafs are preparing for significant changes. For Toronto, this could mark the beginning of a new era, with a focus on adding more experience and depth. For Los Angeles, the trade could be a chance to retool and address some of the weaknesses in their lineup, while still competing for a playoff spot this season. Of course, as with any trade rumors, it's important to remember that these discussions are fluid and can evolve quickly. There are many moving parts in these types of negotiations, and both teams will likely have to weigh their options carefully before making any final decisions. It's also possible that other teams could enter the fray, further complicating the situation. In the coming days, fans of both teams will be watching closely to see if any concrete moves are made. The NHL trade deadline is fast approaching, and teams are scrambling to position themselves for a successful postseason. Whether this rumored deal materializes or not, the possibility of a major trade between the Leafs and Kings will certainly keep fans on edge as the season continues to unfold. The trade talks involving Versteeg, Beauchemin, and potentially Simmonds or Schenn highlight the delicate balance that NHL teams must strike between immediate success and long-term growth. Both the Leafs and Kings are trying to find that balance, and this rumored deal could ultimately serve as a